Hey everyone, welcome back to Ladies of Lavender. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe and like button to join the Ladies of Lavender family. For today's video, we are going to talk about panty liners. So what exactly are panty liners? Panty liners are a very thin cotton strip that looks a lot like a pad, but it doesn't have wings. And it also sticks in your underwear. So what do people use panty liners for? So there are a lot of uses for panty liners, but some of the most common ones are vaginal discharge and spotting. So vaginal discharge is completely normal, and it's basically this fluid that leaks out of your vagina. It sometimes has an odor and might have a color to it. And spotting is something that happens right before your period or right after your period. It'll usually be when your period is super light, and so you don't really need a pad or a tampon or a menstrual cup because it's so light. So a lot of people use a panty liner to kind of protect their underwear and make sure that nothing gets ruined. So what does a panty liner look like? So right here I have multiple different kinds of panty liners. This is from Publix. It's a Publix brand, and these are pretty long and they come like this, and then this is the sticky part. It just simply goes into your underwear. It's really simple. Another really popular brand is Carefree. I personally like to use this a little bit more than the Publix brand, because I feel like Carefree, they have a better sticky background than the Publix brand. So this is what a Carefree panty liner looks like. It's small, just kind of like a pad, and it's wrapped the same way too. But it's very small and very thin, so you could easily slip it into your pocket or carry it in your hand if you want to be discreet. So something that's really cool about panty liners is that you can buy different types for different types of underwear. So these are actually made for thong underwear, but then they have, you know, the normal ones that I was showing you earlier that are just normal and rectangular. And this is what the thong one looks like, and you would simply fold the wings over your underwear. So it's a lot like a pad. So there are many other brands of panty liners. I like to go for store brands just because they're cheaper and you can usually get a large amount for a very little price. A lot of different period product companies offer panty liners. So Always offers panty liners, Kotex offers panty liners, and Carefree offers panty liners. So you will definitely not be limited in your options. If you go to the store and look for panty liners, you might see stuff that says sport panty liners. So don't really think about this, because there aren't any panty liners that are specifically made for sports or physical activity. They're all going to get the job done, so don't spend more money on something that you could get for cheaper and it would still do the same job. So usually a panty liner will last for about a day. But you can change it throughout the day if you're noticing that you're having a lot of vaginal discharge, or maybe you had a lot of physical activity, like you had gym or something. So don't be afraid to pack multiple panty liners in your backpack so you can change throughout the day. So I think my favorite panty liner is the Kotex Sport Panty Liner. Again, just because it's sport does not mean that you necessarily need to use it when you're doing physical activity. You can use it whenever. And I like that panty liner just because I've noticed that it sticks a lot better than, say, the Publix brand, because the Publix brand I feel like doesn't really stick very well at all. But tell me what you guys think. The thing is, like what I was talking about before, vaginal discharge can have a little bit of an odor. That's completely normal. If you're really self-conscious about it, which you shouldn't be, you can buy panty liners that do have built-in like perfume. I would not necessarily recommend getting this just because it could irritate your skin. That's the same for any period product. Try to avoid anything with built-in perfume or scent because it could irritate or cause an infection. Remember, with the odor thing, every woman gets it. It's not just you. And the other thing is, you think you smell it, other people don't. So don't worry about it. Panty liners are really just there to protect your underwear and make you feel fresh and clean. Alright, so I know this was a really short video. I know I've been making them super long, so I wanted to throw a very short video into the mix. So next we're going to talk about y'all's questions. So the first one is, am I the only one whose panty liners refuse to stay still? No, you are not. I've struggled with this for so long. I would suggest looking for a panty liner that has a really good sticky backside, so that way it doesn't move. So the next one is, how long can I wear a panty liner for? So we already talked a little bit about it, but I would say no longer than a day, but you can change it however much you want throughout a day. Are they meant for discharge or when you think you're about to start? So they can be used for both. Also, I forgot to mention this, but you can wear a panty liner all day, every day if you want. It's up to you, and it's what you feel comfortable doing and how often do you have to change them. So yeah, we already kind of talked about this, but I would say if you're spotting really lightly and you don't have access to another panty liner, you can use it for more than a day. You know, don't worry about that. It's not going to give you an infection. I wouldn't wear it for more than a couple of days. Like, that might be pushing it a little too much. But really it depends on your spotting or vaginal discharge. So that is it for y'all's questions. Thank you so much for sending them in. I know that there isn't really a lot to talk about panty liners, but I thought that we'd go ahead and put out a video like this to help girls who are thinking about panty liners. Also, if you have any more questions about vaginal discharge, I know I kind of skipped over it really quickly. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to email us or DM us on Instagram at Ladies of Lavender. And if you want to email us, our email is ladiesoflavender20@gmail.com. Let us know in the comments what kind of panty liner you guys like to use. And tell us if you guys ever have to use panty liners. What do you guys do? And if you haven't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Ladies of Lavender. We try to post at least once a week to give you guys heads up on what video we're gonna post. Once things start up and running, I don't even know the word for it. Once things start to get busy again in the world, we're gonna try to start donation drives again. So make sure to follow us so you're aware of when we're gonna do donation drives and when. Where and when. Also, if you have any period related questions, do not be afraid to contact us, email or DM. You could also drop a comment down below, but if you're not comfortable with doing that, there are other options. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I'll see you next week.